Okay, got some more packages today. So the seedlings little project is going to be basically side panels. I'm getting rid of the white and putting orange on. But since I have to take the back fender off, I'm probably going to go ahead and do my turn signals and clean up the tail on this thing. But let's concentrate on side panels right now. So, rear fender. There's a mess of screws. There's you have two 10 millimeters down here. Up underneath, let me show you this. That was the inner fender that fell. But you have two 10 millimeters underneath. Then you can probably kind of get your fender broken loose off of there. If you take those 4 bolts out, you can probably slide the fender back enough to get to the bolt. There's a little Torx in here, a T20. Then of course you have the subframe bolt down here. I'm not even sure what that is. That's a T45. And then you also have, the KTM makes you get your whole freaking set of Torx bits out. There's also a Torx right here. This is basically your seat bracket. There's one of these on each side. And there's also a 6 millimeter up here on each side. You have to take those out just so that you can pull that out from underneath of that. You may be able to do it without, I didn't try it yet. Let me see here. Maybe I can get that out of there without even taking that loose. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off and go ahead and throw the other one on here. And you can watch along and see what you think. Now, the panels I got are KTM plastic. They're not Polysport or not a Cherubies or UFO. They're actually genuine KTM. There's the factory subframe bolt. So there's a little Torx you have to take out on the back there. You have to have the back fender off for that. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's somehow attached to this. Well, there, that was easy to get out, but how's it attached to this thing? Okay, it's got a slide. So I'm thinking you probably do have to have this probably loosened a little bit, those 2 bolts out to get this off. So let's grab the orange. Okay. Now I'm going to slide it on this frame guard first. I'm going to say one thing. I think KTM, they make their motors better every year since 2014. But they progressively make the plastic more of a pain in the ass to take off. This is probably the worst pain in the ass yet of plastic to take off, just to switch stuff out. As far as having to remove so much stuff. Where's my T45? Alright, that in. I'm going to get everything started. And that's how it'll look, if you can see that. But I'm not going to put this together yet, because here I'm going to be messing around with these. What I want to show you here, I will show you this. This big conglomeration here, that comes loose, and what you have left is this right here. So then you just got to figure out how to get I'm going to see if I can get this brake light out of here and get it in here somehow. So that'll be another video. Okay. Crank this up. I do not know the torque specs on this. I'm just going to give it like two, there's one, and another, okay. Now I can put these back in. This actually has like a little collar on it. That's your seat slides underneath there and hooks. Looks so much better orange. I just love it. It's like somebody just puked orange all over it. I love it. Looks like a 790 or a 690. Might have been last year's 690. Now we'll go over to the other side with the air box. See what we have going on. Let's take a little walk. Okay. Let's see what we got to do here. This is actually, this clips, there's a little thing it clips under the frame here on this orange piece. You got to kind of give it a out like that. Okay. I don't see any bolt. This says, this is the air cleaner. It says pull to open. I haven't had that off yet. That's pretty simple. Okay. Looks like we've got subframe bolt, 8mm Torx. They definitely like to make you get everything out of your toolbox. That's for sure. Feel like I'm working on a Ford F-150. Got to use every tool that's in your toolbox, like known to man, to take it apart. That's not right. T20. 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 I'll put it on the floor right there where I'll kick it and never see it again. Okay. Now, subframe. Okay, gonzo. Now I won't have my little silvery things here and pull to open anymore. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. Tough to start. Need a little leverage. This side's probably going to be like my, my 2021, when you took the subframe bolt out, it was like the freaking subframe. It'll move on you. Get a little out of whack. You have some tabs back on the back. You're going to make sure they're slid up over the air box and locked in. T20. This one is just like a kind of a sheet metal thread, I would call it. It's not machined. And of course the air filter is, you just flip this little bing like that, and there's a pin back here, you just slide it out pretty quick. Now let's see, I'm going to spit on this so it slides in a little easier. Got to get back underneath there. We're snapped in. Now go ahead and put the bolts back in up there, and we'll be swapped. The worst part of this whole thing is probably getting the rear fender off and loose. That's not even tough, it's just a little more work than it really could be. A lot easier if it was an SXF, I guess. Don't crank them. Don't over crank your bolts that go into the plastic. I have a mess. Okay. Well, when I get this all done, as far as I'll give you a quick look at it here, but my fender's still cocked up in the air from, I'm going to do this rear end probably, so I can't really show you how this looks, I don't think. Maybe I can. What in tarnation? Okay, the fender slides on here, but I'm not I'm not sure why it won't push down. Is it supposed to? Oh, it's supposed to be. So you gotta line up a whole bunch of stuff or something. What is up in here? Wow, this fender is a real juke fest. Okay. That's what I said, that fender is the biggest struggle of the whole thing. See if I can get you a little look at it. And get the freaking bar turned. No seat on it, of course. There's a little look at the all orange. So, I'll be back with another video on dealing with the tail tidy back here and kind of updating you on what happens there. Touch that like button, subscribe, get on your old Katie, and get outside. See ya.